Welcome to the Something on Sports podcast. I'm your host, Some. I'm here today with my co-host, Mr. Non-Biased, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing today, my boy?
Oh man, it's a good day. Good day. Not gonna be a good day for our team, though, brother. Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him.
Well, in today's podcast, we're going to talk about the problems with the Dallas Cowboys. So I know everybody thinks the Cowboys fans were all like, "Oh, it's our year," but we're pretty realistic fans, and I don't think it's our year. What about you, Ricky?
I'm gonna let you answer that for yourself, my brother. I'm gonna let you answer it for us. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Well, what do you think the main problem with the Dallas Cowboys is?
Jerry Jones. He is the problem of the Dallas Cowboys. So
You know what Jerry Jones reminds me of? This quote right here. Any artists out there that want to be an artist and stay a star and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all up in the videos, all up on the record, dancing, come to death row. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what Jerry Jones reminds me of Puff Daddy in the 90s.
man.
Am I lying?
Nah, man. And thing is, that's the only thing. He's a money man, so he's gonna
Right.
be in front of the camera every week after the game. He's gonna be on the sideline. He's gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and the way he talks about them, he puts us in a bad light. And that's the reason why a lot of folks do not like the Dallas Cowboys is because of Jerry Jones.
I'll tell you why. See, I was going to bring this up at some point in the conversation. The reason why people hate the Cowboys is because the Cowboys were dominant in the 70s and beat up on everybody, was smacking everybody around. So then that generation of people raised their kids to hate the Cowboys. And so then when that generation of kids became like 20, 30 or whatever, we were good again in the 90s. So now we were smacking everybody around. So you have all these different generations of people that just hate the Cowboys because we were always on TV. You always had to watch us. So you either had to like us or hate us. And I feel like that's the main reason why people hate the Cowboys.
Nah, it's some of the fans too, man. It's the
Oh,
fans
yeah.
of
Yeah.
sports media also, man. They give the Cowboys so much grief or and that's what it is. Man, the fans, I'm not one of those fans, so I look at sports as what sports is. I'm not getting paid for any of this stuff, so it's not gonna hurt me either way or
Right.
the other. So I look at it like, okay, we're good, but we're not gonna beat Kansas City Chiefs in a Super Bowl, even if we made it all the way there.
Right.
But I don't think we're good enough to. I think we're good enough to win the NFC East. That's it.
See, I'm like, I don't know. It depends on Philly's defense. If Philly's defense plays just even top 15, they can be 15th ranked defense. I think they're a problem because they got Saquon. I think we talked about yesterday how we think Jalen Hurts is overrated, but they just have so many weapons, and we're having issues like we don't even have CeeDee Lamb yet. We don't have any running backs. You know what I'm saying? We
We got
don't.
three. We're running back by committee. Running back by committee.
I mean, if we can get anything out of Dalvin Cook, then I think that we can be good. If we can get to see Dalvin Cook return back to 2022 form, I think we'll be good. But if he doesn't, we don't know what we're going to get from Rico Dowdle. Zeke, he'll be good in short position, short goal line situations or 3rd and 1, or he'll be good to protect the quarterback on 3rd down when they're, picking up blitzes and stuff like that. But
so this is what I see about our running back committee. If that, like you said, if Dalvin Cook can give us an ounce, if he give us 60-75% of what he was, I think we'll be okay due to we're going to be a passing offense. And
Right.
that's just point blank period. Rico Dowdle, I'm a homer. He's from South Carolina. He went and played South Carolina University. I love South Carolina University, USC. That's my team. I don't care how sorry we are. I'm still going to stand behind him no matter what.
He's not lying. He's not lying. I've been knowing Ricky for some time now, boy. He's gonna ride hard for his team, but I'm gonna ride for my team, like the Huskers. I'm gonna ride for them, So
right. So and then, like you said, with Zeke, he'll be a good pass blocker for the passing downs and goal line. He'll be a power driver. That if they work it that way, if Mike McCarthy is smart enough, I think he's a pretty decent offensive coordinator. Calling out plays. Dak had his best year last year under Mike McCarthy. So I just hope we do decent this year. I'm not looking forward to the Super Bowl like everybody, like all the other Dallas Cowboy fans are saying, or media might be portraying or Super Bowl bust. We're not Super Bowl bust because we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
If that's the case, we're just a bust already. Just cancel the season and just start over next year. But it's mostly Jerry Jones, man. He need to just shut the hell up and turn over the reins to Steven, because Steven is doing a great job drafting and developmental some players.
It's not Steven that's doing the drafting, though. It's Will McClay that's the person who's in charge of all the personnel. You know what I'm saying? And then Alex Loomis, Chris Vaughn, they're the ones that are actually out there in the trenches finding these players. So yes, Jerry Jones has to pull the trigger, but we're giving you all the information. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is listen to us, and then you're taking all the credit. But it's really Will McClay. He's the mastermind behind all these draft picks. And so
he's doing an excellent job.
Excellent job. And so what gets me about Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones said this: nobody living could be a better Cowboys GM than I am. You know? So why I think that is just the most arrogant, narcissistic statement is because, bro, you be fucking it up. Like
he's the best GM in the league.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Let me cook for just 1 second. So here's Jerry Jones, right? Jerry Jones refused to sign Dak to a new contract extension a few years back, right? We could have re-signed Dak for $25 million if he would have re-signed Dak before the season started. But you chose not to. Now we paid Dak an extra $15, $20 million each year, which killed your salary cap. If you were a good GM, you would have figured that shit out. Or CeeDee Lamb this year. If you would have extended CeeDee Lamb before Justin Jefferson and got their contract, you could have got CeeDee Lamb for $27 million. Now we're paying him $34. So that's an extra $7 million that's coming out of the cap. So when you add Dak and you add CD's contracts, that's an additional $27 you're paying, or $27 million you're paying to these two players because you're a poor GM and you make poor decisions. You talk shit in the media and then you wait until everybody else gets paid, and now you got to pay your players extra.
And the funny part is he doing it again with Dak again. He could have been paid Dak. Like, so now you got to pay Dak $60 million, or you could have paid him way before Tua got his check, way before Trevor got his check. So and the thing is, he knows he's gonna pay these guys. He knows. So why are you waiting? Only thing, as I said, he got so much money. These little $1 million here and there is not hurting him.
Right,
it's hurting the team
and the fan base.
Yeah, and the fan base, because we got to come deal with what everybody's gonna say about the Dallas Cowboys because our team is sucking. And then when him talking about, he said, I'm gonna find a quote in a second. I'm gonna let you cook again. But when he was talking about how he did something about this offseason was a great offseason for him, or he making them wait or making them think about some shit, it don't make sense, bro. Like, Jerry's just he's out of his mind. He's still living out the 90s when he when he bought the Cowboys and he built that Emmitt Smith and Troy, that trio team.
But again, that wasn't even him. That was Jimmy Johnson.
Everybody know that.
Yeah, and like, if you think about it, Michael Irvin came out and he said a bunch of times Jimmy Johnson called him when he got drafted because Jimmy Johnson came the year after, but he knew he was coming the year after already. So he was like, just chill out, man. Be happy with the Cowboys. I'll be there next year. So that right there solidified it for Michael Irvin. And then it was Jimmy Johnson's idea to trade Herschel Walker for that boatload of picks. It was Jimmy Johnson who drafted Emmitt Smith. He said, this kid from Florida is sick. I've been playing against him. This is who we need to get. It was Jimmy Johnson who, went and got Darren Woodson and all these other players, drafted all these linemen.
And he was a great coach.
Right. And what Jerry Jones, I feel like he fails to realize is that you won all those championships because you had a young team that you didn't have to spend all this money on yet. So it wasn't this bullshit you're talking about, like nobody can, manage the financials and stuff. Like, you didn't have to manage the financials when you're winning your championships with, people on their rookie contracts. And so it's just so frustrating that you could do a better job of signing your players earlier before they get to the point to where now they're the highest paid player in their position, and you can get the players that we need. So we could have got a linebacker in the offseason. We could have got Derrick Henry, we could have got Aaron Jones. We could have got all these different players that would have helped the team, but we don't have the money because you waited too damn long to re-sign your own players that you're going to re-sign.
We could have got Derrick Henry still, bro. Derrick Henry, what, $7 million a year or something?
I think it's $6, bro.
So we just cut cut Rico Dowdle, and he just paid Dalvin Cook. I don't know how much that contract. Well, he'll bench player. I mean, he'll practice squad, but I'm quite sure he's gonna get like 3 or 4 million a year.
Yo, all he had to do was to like re-sign CD and then reallocate some money. Reallocate money.
Dak getting 55 this year.
You could have re-signed Dak and then put a contract together and then reallocated money, and we could have had Derrick Henry. But it's like, so you're gonna sit here and you're gonna say you're this great GM. You are. I will give you this. You are a great owner, kind of, because you're great. You're a great owner,
man.
Well, yeah, you're a great businessman. You're great on the side of business for owning, but you're bad on the side of winning. Like, we're not content just losing in the second round or the first round every year, especially if you're going to get on the radio and you're going to talk shit every single week. Then we need to hold you accountable. Nobody's holding you accountable because you're the owner, and it's a damn shame, bro. Somebody has to hold Jerry Jones accountable because he's just making poor decisions and then getting on the. You'll never hear Jerry Jones say it was my fault. He'll blame Dak, he'll blame CD, he'll blame all these other people, but you ain't never heard him say it's his fault. If you're the owner and the GM, you're the first person. It's your fault. I was a general manager for like 15 years, right? If anything happened in that store, it's my fucking fault, right? I had to take responsibilities for it. I had to call my boss, and I was like, we did this, blah, 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 blah. We'll fix it. We won't do it again. Well, since Jerry Jones is the owner and the GM, he don't take no accountability for these contracts. He don't take no accountability for not picking up any free agents ever. He don't take accountability for anything that he's supposed to do. Teams that are winning, they really go all in. You say we're going all in, and that's bullshitting with these dudes' contract and their money, That's
exactly what it was when he talking about going all in. I think that's exactly what it was. He was like, all right, you got to show me now. Now, that's what I kind of figure out what his all in meant. Y'all gonna have to show me that you're worth it. But I really think he's saying that to Dak Prescott. I really seriously don't think him and Dak Prescott have a very good relationship.
I wouldn't have a good relationship with Jerry Jones either, dude. I'm the only quarterback not getting paid, and I was second in the MVP race last year. So basically, I was the second best quarterback in the league. You're blaming everything on me, but in the playoffs, our defense giving up 225 yards to players who ain't been rushing the whole season. Like, what was it? The year Cam Akers went off when Todd Gurley got hurt. It's like, that's the defense. When we lost to the Rams, that's the defense. Like, Dak played decent that game. If the defense didn't get blown out of that game versus, I know Dak, it was a slow start. I'll give you that, right?
Yeah.
But there was that one interception that shouldn't have been an interception. I'm not saying that would have changed the game, but when he got the interception over Cook, they both went out to reach. The dude pulled Cook's arm back and then came in front of him, and the refs never called pass interference. That's the clear-cut pass interference. You can't pull on somebody when the ball is in the air. But we were already down 21-7, but they killed Dak for that. When actually, bro, it's the first quarter and we're down 21-7. Like, that, it's not Dak's fault, bro. Our
defense is not stopping nobody from scoring.
Right.
I mean, okay, of course, they giving the ball up. He giving the ball up, but okay, now I'm supposed to have my defense, my number one rated defense in the league. We're supposed to be able to stop someone.
Right.
So we got Brand up and down the field, man. And like I say, previous podcast, man, hopefully the 4-3 defense changes our run defense, because that 3-4 was running in all through those holes over there. So we'll see how Zimmer does with our defensive line in that, because we got to put some coins in our pockets.
Zimmer's a good defensive coach. We picked up. I always forget about that linebacker that we picked up though from San Diego. So we did get a linebacker who's a run stopper. So, I'd be forgetting about that. So, man, I really want to.
Erickson? What's his name?
Hendrickson. Yeah, Hendrickson. We got him, and then I really like the kid.
The only pickup in the offseason. That's the guy that we're talking about.
Yeah. And Zeke, we picked up Zeke.
But at first, you know what I'm saying? That's like when all the big free agents was out there and all that stuff. Like, he was the only one we picked up. That when we were going all in.
I like Overstreet too. He was just injured last year. The linebacker from Texas. He's kind of similar to Micah as far as like speed and build and everything like that. I can't say he has the same motor, but he's a run stopper and he can rush. And so I think that'll give our defense some if they start him, that'll give our defense some options to where we can disguise blitzes between Overstreet and Micah, move them around and stuff like that. I think that can
and
can help.
I don't know his name escaped my brain, but the guy that we picked up from Michigan, hopefully he
Mozzie Smith.
Yeah, Mozzie. Yeah, hopefully Mozzie have a better or have more. He got more experience under his belt now, so hopefully Mozzie, because he's a pretty good player. Was pretty good player also. So we'll see. It's not looking promising though. Like you said, CD, he's just getting his contract yesterday. So he's not going to be in shape. And if they try to throw him out there, there's a very, very, very huge injury risk. And then, so
I think, they put him on the commissioner's non-compete list,
but they still been talking about he might play Sunday.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to sit out. I mean, that's the smartest thing. But here's what's jacked up too: is Brandon Cooks is hurt, so he might not play either. So it's like, Jerry, bro, you see what you do, Jerry? Do you see what you do? You didn't pay CD Lamb, so now we don't have CD the first week. We might not have Brandon Cooks the first week. We got a running back by committee with a rookie line. Dude, Dak is gonna get Dak might get murdered by the Cleveland Browns. I think we can probably still beat them, but they got a rough defense, man. And it's like we got to play that defense, and we don't got our offensive weapons, but they got Deshaun Watson, and we got a defense too. So it's like it might be an ugly game, bro. It might be an ugly game on Sunday.
So I want to ask you, do you feel any different from our last conversation about our that we're gonna win 12 games? I said we're gonna win 10.
I
have the schedule right here.
All right. Let's go. Run through the schedule.
All right. Our first game is against the Browns.
I think we can beat the Browns, though.
Saints.
We can beat the Saints.
Ravens.
That's an L. That's an L.
Giants. Well,
that's a dub.
Steelers.
I think we could beat the Steelers.
In Pittsburgh.
I think we could beat the Steelers.
All right. Lions.
Let's come back to that one.
All right. That's a NFC. I mean, that's a
Where's that at? Where's it at?
In Dallas.
We can win that one.
49ers.
That's an L.
Your boys, the Falcons. In Atlanta.
I think Atlanta's going to be so good this year, bro. I'll come back to that one.
Eagles at Cowboys.
We'll win that one.
Texans at Cowboys.
We'll probably lose because we lose to the Texans a lot.
The Commanders.
We got that.
Giants. That's the Giants. That's 2 wins we should get every year. I don't care how bad we are. We should beat the Giants. Okay, the Bengals.
We're
at Cowboys.
We beat them. God damn it. I'm gonna come back to that one too.
It's 3 of them you already came back to.
No. I took the L for one of them.
You said we'll beat the Lions. Yeah, we'll beat the
Lions because it's at Dallas.
Panthers.
Yeah, we got that one.
Yes. Buccaneers.
We got that one.
The Cowboys at Eagles.
They're gonna win that one.
And Commanders.
We'll win that one. So that's 11, and I'll say split on the Falcons and Bengals. We're gonna beat one of them and we'll lose the other one.
I just don't believe. I don't see it, bro. I see us losing to the Ravens. I see us losing possibly to the Steelers, 49ers. We might.
That's L.
The Falcons. I mean, I guess you got to play it on piece of paper. I mean, it looks good on a piece of paper. You said we'll beat the Bengals. I don't know about that. It depends on Jamar Chase. I don't know, man. I don't see it being promising for us because I don't think our team is nowhere near as good as it was last year. Ron Bland, he's going to be out for like 4 to 6 weeks.
All right.
So we depended on another, but what's his name? What's our cornerback?
Jordan Lewis?
Cornerback coach. Al Al
Oh, Al Harris?
Al
Al
Harris.
Harris Jr.? Yeah. Yeah, but
He
we got
he can plug and play. Seems like he can plug and play his cornerbacks, man.
right.
That dude is a great DB coach.
Right. And he gets them pumped up because he was he was a star.
Yeah,
So
he's
he
a
gets them
great
going.
DB coach.
He gets them going, man. But I don't know, man. Maybe 11 or 12. I think we can probably beat Atlanta because we always beat Kirk Cousins. We've been beating up.
Yeah.
We've been beating up Kirk Cousins since he was in Washington.
By that time, you never know because they got high hopes on their backup quarterback. So
But Penix, they're not going to start Penix though. They
they're
said
not,
till
but I'm
year
saying
2 or 3 because they only reason they can't start him yet is because then you ruin Kirk Cousins' value and you have that contract that you have to pay out and you can't trade him. So you have to start him at least 1 year, and then it's okay. It is okay if they eat the rest of his guaranteed money that they have to eat and they trade him because you still have a rookie quarterback who's not making that much money. So it's just like that money's allocated there and you're going to get draft picks or something back for him.
Their team is young.
Yeah.
So they should be all right, even if they did have to eat that contract and start over.
I know all about the Falcons.
Of course, you're right there at ATL.
Yeah. They come on TV every single Sunday. There's never a Sunday that the Falcons ain't on TV down here. And they come on early, so I watch them and then the Cowboys later on.
Yeah, that's just how it be.
Yeah.
But man, I just don't know, man. This is my prayer. Since I'm so down on them, they prove me wrong.
Me too. But it never happens. I thought the same thing last year when everybody was so high flying on us. I was like, it's not our year. We still need some more pieces because in the playoffs, we don't have the run stoppers. And then when Jonathan Hankins got hurt, I was like, oh, we can't win. That's our run stopper. That's like the only run stopper we got. And then Van Der Esch got hurt. It's like, we ain't got nobody to stop the run now. And then instead of
Van Der Esch wasn't needing helping either. He'll get him. He had tackles behind. I mean, after the line of scrimmage, that's where he got his tackles. He ain't really did nothing like past that. They was getting 4-5 yards every carry against us.
In a cloud of dust, baby. 5 yards in a cloud of dust every time. Yeah.
So you starting off 2nd and 5 or something like that, bro. It's tough on the defense to because the playbook is wide open. I can run on you, I can pass on you. Well, we'll see what, and then I don't know, man, because we got Trayvon Diggs just coming back from ACL. Is he gonna be the same all-star?
Right. Well, I think so because it's 2024, and now we're at the point where the ACL tear is not really that big a deal. If it was like an Achilles, it's a little different because man,
it's a big deal, bro. ACL, you still got to work. Injury period. Like you got to worry about moving laterally on that leg. You got to trust yourself. It's not ain't about the injury. It's about you. If he got a strong enough mind to trust himself and come back and be the dog he was. And he was not a great cover corner. You know what I'm saying? He had ball skills,
right?
Ball skills, and that was because our line was getting to the quarterback.
But I still think he's an underrated cover corner, which sounds wild because a lot of people are like, he's still trash. He gives up yards and stuff, but it's like he may give up a big pass and then the next play it's an interception. So that negates that whole entire pass. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, that big play, if they go for a touchdown or put them in field goal range, it hurts our offense. It hurts our team. Not say our offense hurts the team because now it was on 3rd and 5 and you just let them get 15 yards, not in field goal range.
They said against like the top corners, he does his best.
Oh no,
but it's like when he's trying to like do too much against a corner or a receiver who's not that great, he gets burned a little bit because he doesn't like respect the receiver he's playing against. And so
we also got to remember that he's transferred from wide receiver to cornerback, so he had a lot to learn. And maybe I hope he was in the books while he was injured. Hopefully he learned a lot. Like I said, Al Harris is a dog. I wouldn't take that deep because look what as soon as Trayvon Diggs went down, he had another All-Pro.
I think that going from wide receiver at a high level to a defensive back really helps you because my boy Jeff Watts, his son is Xavier Watts, the dude who won the Bronco Nagurski Award for Notre Dame last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so he played wide receiver at Omaha Burke for his whole entire career. And then when he went to Notre Dame, he played wide receiver for the first year or so. and then it wasn't working, so they moved him to like a outside linebacker, and then that wasn't working well, so they put him back at safety, and then he led college football in interceptions last year and won the Bronco Nagurski Award. That's some crazy shit, and I know that dude. I used to like me and Jeff played little league football together. Me and his dad, you know what I'm saying? We played on the same Flyers, the same Cowboys. I know his whole family, you know. So it's like I do think that playing wide receiver at some point does help you as a defensive back.
Look at Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
You
he's a problem.
That dude's a beast. But you look at him, and like they even talked about it. I think it was during one of the games the past 2 weeks. Like the skills that you learn at wide receiver teaches you how to defend certain wide receivers, and vice versa. The skills you learn at cornerback teach you how to, you know what I'm saying? So it's he like you said, that dude's a problem. And
Right.
what's funny is I was telling my old lady, I was like, man, I was watching the game. I know you probably disagree on it, but I think Shedeur is a magnificent quarterback, and I think he's going to do very well in the league. I said, I hope we lose all games and we can go get Shaquille. I hope we go get Sanders, man, and then bring Deion over there too, because you know he's gonna bring the prestige and he's gonna bring the players. So
I wouldn't even mind that though. So I'm like, this light is killing me right now.
Yeah, I see the sun beaming right there.
yeah, the sun's starting to come over this side. I got to move back now and get readjusted and stuff. But I think I wouldn't even be mad if the Cowboys stalled out and we re-signed Dak for 3 years or something. And then when Dylan Raiola, Nebraska's quarterback, comes out, watch how bad he's about to be. He was number one quarterback he was the number one quarterback prospect last year, and he came to Nebraska because his dad played for Nebraska and won national championships there. So his quarterback, he's out there being trained by Patrick Mahomes right now. You know what I'm saying? So like when you watch the game, he's doing Patrick Mahomes type stuff, like scrambling, then like the little flips, and dude, the game on Saturday was
Nebraska.
Yeah,
that's the guy that looks like Patrick Mahomes, ain't it?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
If we could hold out for 3 years and then go get him, if he's healthy and he has
hairstyle and everything,
just like same hairstyle and everything, yeah. But Patrick even shouted him out after the game and everything.
That's a boy. So that's how I got put onto him. I didn't remember the name until I just thought about it. He said Nebraska. Oh yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. But that's gonna be a good game on Saturday because his name is out there just because of his Patrick Mahomes comparison. So that'll be very interesting. But when you say that, you got to think about you said 3 years. I think that's when that Manning boy gonna be ready too.
Yeah, I think if he can't win a starting spot, you know what I'm saying, at Texas. You know, I know they got Ewers or whatever his name is, but you know, I mean, he's gonna be good because he's a Manning, obviously. But
that dude is nice.
He could be Eli. He could be Eli. You know what I'm saying? Or he could be Peyton. You know what I'm saying? So
he was number one quarterback also. So
or he could be Archie. You know what I'm saying? So like there's tiers of Manning. But I'm saying there's tiers of Manning. You got Archie, who's way down here. He wasn't the greatest quarterback. Eli.
I think Archie's better than Eli, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, because Archie was an athlete. He was athletic with his, bro.
I think Archie put up some track. I mean, he played for the.
Of course, I mean you can't look at the numbers from yesteryear to now, bro. Like I'm talking about, like as if you go look at Archie is a well-renowned athlete. Like he could run and pass the rock. Archie was a dog.
But the Saints were sorry with him as the quarterback.
Yeah, Giants was sorry except for 2 years with Eli had the quarterback, bro.
You ain't lying. They only went to the playoffs a few years, and this dude gonna get into the Hall of Fame because
even then the defense carried them to the championship.
Yeah, bro. I can't co-sign Archie Manning being a good quarterback. Dude was 35 and 101.
Again, my guy. Again,
what's that?
35, my guy.
35 and 101. That's his record.
When I can't. When did he play? How many teams were in the league?
He played from 71 to 84.
How many teams were in the league? So he probably kept getting beat by the same teams over and over and over. And they didn't have a good team.
Bro, when he played for New Orleans, well, I guess after that he played for New Orleans for 11 years. They were 35 and 91 and 3. And then he went and played for Houston and Minnesota. He never won another game. He was 0 and 8 and 0 and 2.
Bro, Archie won the Heisman Trophy, bro.
You're right, but just because you won the Heisman Trophy doesn't mean you're going to be great. Look at Danny Warfel. You know what I'm saying? Like Just because you win look at Tim Tebow. You know what I'm saying? Just because you win the Heisman. Charlie Ward won the Heisman and didn't even go play football. You know, like just because you win the Heisman doesn't mean that you're going to be the greatest. And his quarterback rating is a 67. Ugh. 125 touchdowns to 173 interceptions, bro. Yo,
again, you can't look at the numbers like back then. I guarantee you look up any quarterback numbers back then, they are going to be, especially because QBR wasn't even a thing back then. The
yeah, I
quarterback
know.
wasn't even a thing back then.
I know. He had a decent completion percentage for quarterback back then, though. But yeah, man, that's you know what I'm saying? I guess I don't know. They tied this whole pod up today with a bow. Jerry, we know you ain't gonna see this, but if anybody out there who knows Jerry, you know what I'm saying, can send him an email, can get him the Twitter respond, tell him, hey, bro, you're the reason why our salary cap is the way that it is. Sign the players early so that you don't have to pay them more later, bro.
And Jerry's gonna say, I'm not gonna do that because I like the attention.
Right.
If I do that, they're not gonna put the microphone in my face and ask me these questions that they asked me. I remember now back in 2018, 2019, 18, something like that. I was stationed in Washington, D.C. I went to the game against Washington, the Commanders, it was the Redskins, probably known as the Redskins. Had some nice tickets. This is the game when we lost, and like we hit the I don't remember the field goal and they hit the goal post at the end of the game. And then that very next week we signed Amari Cooper. So that weekend, after that game, they end up going on that Monday morning. They went to the African American Museum. I left work and went to the African American Museum. And I actually had a conversation with Jerry Jones, very gentle, very, very nice. I can't say young man, old man, you know what I'm saying? But as a GM, he sucks, man.
Right, bro. You're not it, bro. That's what we got for you guys today. We'll end on that note. What do you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, Ricky?
Go Cowboys. DC4L.
Oh, live. Make sure if you guys do like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.